Yo, what's going on, y'all? Back again with more Breakthrough on Iwo Jima before Battlefield 6 comes out. Today, along with just playing, getting some good gameplay, I wanted to chat about some things I've been noticing recently on the news. So, watching some MSNBC, watching some Fox, watching some CNN, some independent people. Got me a beer instead of some chamomile, so that'll be fun. But yeah, watching a lot of the different news sources, watching some independent news. Something I wanted to talk about, which I've been thinking about recently. Well, I've been thinking about it all the time, but I think recently more I've just been thinking about it because it seems so prevalent these days. Changing world order. This is along the topic of the things I like to discuss, going along with international relations. But I don't like getting too political. Let me. Okay, there we go. I don't like getting too political, but I want to just chat about what I've been seeing, what I think's going on. Like I said, changing world order. There were a lot of people who've been saying this for a while now. The more I studied, the more I was like, oh, this is going on. And for as long as I've been alive, the only major superpower has been the U.S. And the reason why it's called the superpower is because of our military reach. So if we don't have a military on every single country, the odds are that we can get them there within 5 hours is like 100%, maybe except for Antarctica. But we probably still have presence there anyway. But we have presence there. We can get our military anywhere we kind of want it. Our standard of living is pretty high compared to the highest, or compared to the average country. Our economy is doing pretty good. Well, right now, no. But we have a strong economy compared to the world. The strongest military compared to the other parts of the world. China's beginning to contest that. I know I was speaking about China a little bit earlier, maybe a couple weeks ago. But China's ramping up with their ICBMs, with their nukes, with their navy. The one thing China lacks is effective aircraft carriers. So once they nail it down, it's interesting, or it's gonna be interesting to see how the U.S. Tackles that. But yeah, mainly because we've been the global peacekeepers, or that's been our title. A lot of people see it differently. That's always up for debate. So. Ooh. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, once China can get like a competent navy and competent aircraft carriers, they're probably gonna be. Ooh, there we go. They're probably gonna be chilling. Hold on, I gotta lock in. I hate dying in these things. We'll change this into some airplane or helicopter gameplay. Oh, I forgot I changed it. Should I air work around this guy? I feel kind of bad for doing that. I've been watching a lot of Jack Frags, and I gotta say I'm pretty excited for Battlefield 6. Whew. One thing you gotta do. Oh no! Damn, that sucks. I was gonna say one thing you gotta do when you're playing choppers is try to take out the AA as fast as possible. But anyway, back to my conversation. Why I think it's changing world order. There's just something about the West and something about late stage capitalism that I'm seeing that is like kind of concerning me, and it should be concerning the rest of you guys, because I just graduated. So for the rest of Gen Z, like, getting ahead is gonna like be very difficult. Even like living is very difficult. I know a lot of people have already been seeing these. Cost of living is insane. Jesus, I can't get shit. Grocery prices are insane. My aim is not insane. Okay, one. But cost of living is insane. And one thing I will say, people said that living in the Midwest would be cheaper than living in California. That's not the case. Like, I was at a coffee shop today. I paid I paid $7 for a latte. I think that's like the same price everywhere. The only thing that's really cheaper is gas. And you know, that's fair. Like, gas is like a big part of expenses. But if people are saying the cost of living is cheaper, that means like living, not just transportation, is like my take on that. But cost of living is impossible. Getting jobs is really hard. We've had the worst jobs report in like ages. Conflicts going up. A lot of people are getting less confident in the US's ability to like be that peacekeeper that we were touted as. And more people are just getting more negative. And what I mean by that is like, they see the conflicts They see the conflicts going on. They see all the lack of economy going on, like the bad economy's going on. Interest rates are rising. You know, inflation's terrible. Cost of living. Like, they're seeing all this stuff, and they're kind of just like losing hope. You know, China seems to be doing pretty well. Northern Europe is doing pretty well. There's like riots everywhere. So at the time of filming, Nepal just got overthrown, kind of. Whew. Yeah, Nepal got overthrown. There's huge risks, or not risks. There's huge riots in the UK. They have the protest called like Unite the Kingdom. Ooh. Yeah. A lot of protests going on in the US, and more beef about the conflict in the Middle East that's always a topic. But you know, Israel attacked 5 countries in 72 hours, and for whatever reason there hasn't been any repercussions for that. I don't know any other country that can do that and not get destroyed by the US. Yeah, I don't know any other country that can attack 5 countries, including a US ally, and then not get decimated. So something's going on with that. And then Israel even threatened China in starting what they're calling like rumors that like with the Charlie Kirk assassination, that China had to do something with that. Israel saying like this was all China's idea. Oh my god. So like there's just like a lot of stuff going on. And I think something that perpetuates it for me is like I'm always on social media, mainly like politics. But looking at that like all day, I realize like really can't be good for you. Really can't be good for me. So stay informed. It's good to stay informed, but also like protect your peace, you know. I don't think looking at it like all day, every day is like the best for you. I know it's not the best for you. Let's see. Seems kind of good. Yeah, the more and more I see the news about Western media is like the H-1B visa thing came out. People think that like the Kirk assassination was a conspiracy theory controlled by a certain country. Cost of living is going up. Gen Z is like hopeless. Just not good. So I could recommend like one thing I was talking about with my philosopher friend. We were in downtown Chicago, and she's doing a PhD in philosophy, and then she was like, there's always critical like thinking and like criticisms about these systems, but no one ever does like a, okay, now what? My okay, now what to what's going on and like all this negative stuff would be to just like kind of unplug for a little bit, like go out, go on a walk, research certain things. Damn, this guy's gonna teabag me, watch. Maybe not. I know that's something I've been doing, so I took up fishing. I want to learn more rock climbing. I used to go when I was like a little bit younger, but I want to take up rock climbing again, and then just stay unplugged for a little bit. Like being chronically online, always looking at negative news, it's not a good way of doing things. Pretty sure that tank sees me. Oh. Oh shit. No? Nothing? Wow. I think someone got the tank though, that's what I was going for. But yeah, if you're looking on the news and you're like, this is super negative, like I wonder what the point of even like grinding is anymore. Just remember that yeah, it's like bad. But, you know, log off for a little bit. Go outside, go to the park. Go read, go look at nature. It's really peaceful. I live right next to a river. And I went today. I saw like 3 fish. I saw a bunch of birds. Saw a bunch of dogs. People walking their dogs. Really peaceful. You know, and then make efforts to hang out with people that you like to see. Because if you're just dealing with all this shit, like all this shit in silence, that's not good. Because you guys are just gonna be like the saying, misery loves company. So if all you guys keep harping about how negative things are, then you guys think there's like no hope. It's not good for your mental. Me and my friend were talking about that since we both moved. Crazy story. I met this guy in study abroad in Japan. And my philosophy friend I also met in study abroad in Japan. So, you know, that was like one of the most fun 4 months I've ever had. And come graduation, we're all like, somehow we all just ended up in the Midwest. So one's in Indiana, the other's in Iowa, and I'm here. So they're like close, but they're not like a stone's throw away. So I can't just be like, yo, let's go to Target real quick. But they're close enough to where I want to make hangouts and like plan it. It's not too far. And I was asking them like, how are you guys adjusting? Like, how are you guys doing? They're like, I really like what I do. I just don't like the location, and like making friends is pretty hard. You know, I'm going to these classes. I'm going to the gym, but it's just kind of hard. Like I got to put on like an actual effort. I do want to make a video. I'll make a video on what it's like post graduation, working a 9 to 5 as a young lad. I'll show you. Here we go. I can get my. Oh, they hit him. RPG. Ooh. I think I'm getting hit by a anti-air cannon. Ooh. Another good thing is the lower you go, they can't lock onto you. Tip for my Battlefield fans out there. Alright, I don't know who's doing that, but that's annoying. I really want to find out who's doing that. I don't even know where that's coming from. I can't see it. I wonder if it's a vehicle or something. Whoa, 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 whoa. I can't see the missile, bro. Whew. I'll turn this segment into Battlefield Helicopter. I can't yap and do flying at the same time. But I really want to find out who's trying to kill me. Ooh. Oh. They're really storming the beaches. Ooh. Gotta keep moving too. Damn it. Daddy shark. Anyway, that's kind of I got. Changing. I can elaborate more on that actually though. Keep reading the news. Stay educated. Don't believe everything that you're seeing. So what I would do is like if you're reading something and you're actually like passionate about it, check out multiple sources. Like don't believe everything you're reading. Like these days you have no idea. And it's hard, you know. Like I know you're busy, you got work, you got school. But then at the same time you want to make sure what you're doing is not like contributing to the system. Like people that work for defense companies and do all this stuff, like it makes a lot of money. I was thinking about doing it, you know, but like I was really like that was one of my big plans, but I gotta wrestle with the fact that like maybe what I'm doing is like indirectly contributing to some atrocities. Oh GG's. But read the news, know what's going on, fact check everything. But yeah, I know it's a little bit of a nihilistic video, a little doom and gloom today, but you know, not everything is sunshine and rainbows. You gotta have a little bit of equilibrium going on. But yeah, take it easy. Good luck with everything else, and I'll see you guys on the next one.